Good afternoon, social media. Dr. Jeff here at Barefoot Rehab in Denville, New Jersey. Today, I'm going to take a little break from talking about adhesion, and I want to go over another assessment tool that we use when you come into the office, and that's called the lunge test. Now, why is the lunge test important? Well, the lunge is one of the more basic archetype movements that you should be able to do in a healthy manner, and we use that as a way to assess the function of your lower extremity from a range of motion standpoint, but also from a strength standpoint. So let's take a look at what a healthy lunge actually looks like, and I'm going to show you this right now. This is something you can try at home and see how you do, okay? So a healthy lunge is going to look like this. You should be able to come out, go down, and come back. You should be doing it on both sides. It should be relatively easy to perform, and it should be nice and controlled. So now that you know what a healthy lunge looks like, let's look at some of the faults that can show up when we do this assessment. Fault number one is going to be a heel fault. Normally, when you do a lunge, you should land on your heel and push back off on your heel. When you don't, you're going to land on your toes and it's going to look like this. Fault number two is going to be a forward flexion fault. Normally, when you do a lunge, you want your torso to be as upright as possible. When you have a flexion fault, it's going to look like this. And the third fault, which you're going to be able to see more looking at the lunge straight on, is called an abduction fault. When you do a lunge in a healthy manner, your knees should track relatively straight over the toes of your foot, or they should be in line. When you have an abduction fault, your knee is going to gravitate more towards midline, and it's going to look like this. When you have one or more of these faults show up with the lunge test, it indicates that the hamstrings are not as strong and not doing their job as well as they should be. Your hamstrings are designed to stabilize the back of your leg and the back of your knee. And when they're not doing their job, the body is going to begin to compensate, and that can lead to an onset of symptoms. If you want to find out how you improve the strength of your hamstrings and get them to function better, you got to schedule a consult with us. So give us a call, send us a DM or an email, and we'll be happy to get you on the schedule. Till then, ciao for now. Have a good afternoon.